Welcome to A Woman's Brew, where women talk about beer. Today we have the lovely Tom Bacon back, and he's going to educate us about the North. I'm Joanne, and this is Tori.
Hello, hello.
And we're two beer-loving women on a mission to get more people drinking and talking about great beer. Come join us.
Mine.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna crack.
Yeah. I did. If again, in honor of you, I've got my lovely working
warm
man's,
brown.
My working man's club, and I've got
find.
Suffolk Pride Amber Ale because I just feel like it just feels like that would be. It's not warm brown. It's a chilled amber.
She doesn't drink warm brown.
I have a Benandy Warhol from Tempest. Banana milk stout at 8.4%.
I don't know why the name Benandy just really tickled me.
Well, it's like I wanted to get a Tempest because honestly, like they've gone in as like probably my favourite brewery of the year, and I know they've been going like I think 15 years or something like that, and they've always been good. And then just the past year, it's just skyrocketed the quality of their stuff. They do one beer called, I think, Long White Clouds, 5.2%. It's just absolutely amazing. When I was up there, I just got a 12-pack, and that lasted a weekend.
I can imagine.
So I need to, but I do have a bottle of their 2-year-old barley wine that I was thinking about cracking open, but I thought that's going to be fun at the beginning.
Not at the end.
But then. There's already going to be enough mentions of Thatcher in this, so probably not have the barley wine.
Well, I've got my. I thought I'd go trad for you, so I've got like the amber ale, and then I've got a best bitter on waiting in the wings for me. So I thought, I thought you'd appreciate
I'm very upset
it
because I couldn't find my half-pint dimple pot. I don't know where it's gone. It's in the house somewhere, but I don't know where.
Disappointed.
But I have got a red mild to.
I thought we were like, let's go trad.
Yeah.
Who's that from?
The Fresh Standard. Tori.
Oh yeah, down Bristol way.
It's near Stroud, I think, ish. That over that way.
I don't know. Tori.
Cirencester. Yeah, Cirencestery. I didn't get it. I was like, I did it. I didn't get it. My friend got some. Got yeah, my friend that I work with gave me them, and I was like, all right, I'll keep one. I'll give you one.
We kind of went straight in there.
Just absolutely.
But, in case you missed it, Tom's here.
Hey! By literal popular demand, I have returned.
And Tori and I don't really know what's going to happen in this episode. So the three of us went to Little Earth Fest and got into a conversation about meat raffles / meat draws. Which Tori didn't believe existed.
No. Whoa, time out. I want to say that I did believe they existed, but I was like, what even is that? I asked Rick because they were like, it's a thing, and I was like, it's not a thing. Like, that's not a thing, and they're like, it's a thing, and I was like, okay. So I messaged Rick and I said, do you know what a meat raffle is? And he was like, I think that they're fucking with you. Like, I don't think that's a thing. Because I thought, well, I have to ask like a British person that I can, someone that I can trust that's not going to be fucking with me, that hasn't been drinking or anything. And he was like, I think they might be fucking with you. I've never heard of that. And I was like, no. I Googled it and it is a thing. And actually, the funniest part was on my drive home, at some point, I was getting groceries on Sunday. On my drive home, there's a pub that I have to go by, and it had meat raffle on the side.
See?
And I was just like, oh, yeah, Rick, genuinely. And then I asked people that I worked with that they're more Midlands. They're all in the Midlands. And I went, can I ask you, do you guys know what a meat raffle is? And they were like, no. They did know. Most of them.
Though?
No. It's a range. There's some younger ones. There's some older ones. But
so this reminds me of so when I went to uni, I was there talking about Milky Bovril.
Okay.
And I thought
that sounds rude. That sounds rude.
So it's you make Bovril with
like gravy.
Milk. Yeah. So it's like white sauce. It's really nice. But I thought, maybe this is a northern thing, and then it's like, maybe it's a Yorkshire thing. Maybe it's a Sheffield thing. maybe it's the 2-mile area that I'm from thing.
How much milk do you use?
It's like a white sauce. So you have like chives on the top of it, you have your bread and dripping. And I realise sometimes when I say things that I sound like extra from Open All Hours.
That also means nothing to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, of course you do.
So what we're going to do is have fun with this. So I kind of took the idea from those conversations and went, what the hell? I found myself Googling, what do Americans find weird about British pubs? But they were just talking about, like, you don't tip. You pay your staff. You pay your staff a living wage.
Pay a living wage.
They're not overly nice to you. Oh, when I order shots, they look at me a bit weird. And so I thought, what are things that I kind of feel is part of the British culture around pubs, and especially the northern culture? Because as the people who are listening will probably understand, I am northern.
Are you?
I know, right?
Shit.
I am from the beautiful seaside English Riviera of Sheffield,
We love
which is
Sheffield.
The Riviera.
the beautiful. It's the city furthest away from the sea in the country. If that's a little bit. It's built on 7 hills and 3 rivers, just like Rome. And as everyone knows, the weird thing about Sheffield is you walk uphill to the pub, and then you're walking back from the pub, and it's still uphill. And not quite sure how the hell that happens.
You are right. You are actually genuinely there. I feel like everywhere we went in, I was like, there's another hill. And then I'm like, how is this? Literally, how is this possible? There was no down.
I regularly drink in the Rutland Arms, and so I'll get the train into town, and I'll walk uphill from the train station to the Rutland Arms, and then I'll leave the Rutland Arms and walk back to the train station, and it's still uphill, and I don't understand. It's like a Mobius strip, the entire city just tilted on its side. It's a beautiful place that we've had wonderful weather this weekend. But yeah, so it was kind of what do I care about, but also kind of a little bit of fun at the Northerners and a little bit of British pub things, because no matter how we cut it, we are a little bit odd when it comes to certain things.
I do want to say that what made me chuckle, because like I can get some really good British specific jokes that I feel like Americans won't get, and I saw, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but there's a politician that was in the US that was like, oh, they're going to be coming over to the UK to spend their summer in the Cotswolds, and literally the top comment was, this person drinks tea in the microwave. And I laughed so hard, and I was like, oh my god, the best part is the people that like this person probably think like, yeah, okay. They don't really understand. They don't understand that is like such an insult.
I lived with an American when I lived in London, and I can remember once having an argument, and he put a tea bag in a mug and put it in the microwave and made complete eye contact with me as he was doing it. And I don't want to be that much of a cliche, but part of me did die that day.
I just love that. That's going to be my new insult for people that I'm like, oh, bet you like tea out of the microwave. It was so good. Sorry, carry on.
But we've already mentioned it for once, and as we discovered a meat raffle. So, Tori, do you want to explain to the people the concept of a meat raffle?
I don't know
or
if I either.
A meat draw.
A meat draw.
It can be either or.
So what I understand of it is that you literally go to a pub and you buy a raffle ticket, and then you might win a cut of meat, like quite literally.
I'd like to say not just a cut of meat. You might win a hamper.
Yeah, a hamper of meat.
So maybe a selection of prizes in various sizes. It may be an entire hamper. There may be just trays of choice cuts or sausages, for example.
So I, of course, Googled these things to make sure that I wasn't going insane. And again, they're not just a 2-mile thing. So this is what Google says about a meat raffle. The meat raffle, a beloved yet curious tradition in British pubs and working men's clubs, traces its roots back to post-war Britain, where communities sought affordable communal ways to support their local butchers and enjoy life's small luxuries. Typically held on weekends, punters would buy low-cost tickets for a chance to win cuts of meat from sausages to full joints of beef, creating both a social event and practical prize. Because that's what we are. We're practical. We can have some fun, but we want some meat at the end of it.
At the end of the day, we need a prize for it.
What began as a straightforward fundraising tool gradually became a quirky staple of pub culture, blending working-class camaraderie with a touch of absurdity. Today, meat raffles persist as a nostalgic nod to simpler times, where a pub's biggest excitement might just be for walking home with a leg of lamb. And so, I don't understand what's the issue is here and what's so unusual and laugh-worthy.
I'm just trying to.
Do you find something amusing about me saying the word meat raffle?
Well, I think, to be fair, I didn't feel this way, but other people we were with thought that you were talking about something very rude.
Yes, when I said the word meat draw, that did get quite an interesting look at it.
They were like, oh. And then when I asked the people
we
that
were
I worked
about
with,
10 hours deep into drinking at this point as well.
Yeah, we were a few pints in, it's true.
But when I said this to people at work, they also were like, is that a sex thing? I was like, no. I was like, no. They were like, is it rude? And they thought I was saying something really rude. And I was like, no, it's not even smutty. Like, it's not even smutty.
It's if anything, the complete
wholesome.
opposite of smut.
Yeah. It's very wholesome.
There's many things in this world that people are weirdly attracted to, but a meat raffle I do not think is going to be one of it.
There'll be a book about it somewhere.
Niche websites.
Book Talk will have it there somewhere. Don't
I feel like
even.
your main problem is leaving the leg of lamb behind because you've had too many pints. Like,
but how do you
would be sad.
Store it? Like, so say you go for like a couple
I don't know
drinks.
if you've been to the North, Tori, but it's not famous for its
quite
high weather or temperature. We're not quite the native Inuit people who can leave the seal meat outside for it to freeze, but we can take a leg of lamb from the pub home and it's going to be okay.
But like we have one, like I said, we have one locally, and we are it was getting up to over 30. It was getting beyond Rick melting point, like the last few weekends. Like, it was bad. I'm just trying to picture how you go about this. Like, is it organised of like 4 p.m. starts the meat raffle? And then you're like, well, I have to get there with enough time to drink before the meat raffle, because once I win that meat, I've got to go.
Why are you saying this as if that's literally what happens, Tori?
Like they're going to have like a fridge, or, they have cellars which are not warm. Like, there are places where cool things are stored.
But then, does this go on through like the whole evening? Are we we're doing 2 hours of meat raffle, or is it like 10 minutes and we're done?
2-3 hours, and then you get the raffle prizes and you take them away, and it is a lovely thing to do. And then you get a leg of lamb at the end of it, or an entire chicken.
If you win it, an entire chicken.
Yeah,
if you're the one that gets the sausages, though, that's got to be really sad. Because, don't get me wrong, you can get some really nice sausages. But if you're next to the guy that's got I've got an entire chicken,
that's a luck of a draw.
It depends on if it's dead and slaughtered first, because I would prefer the sausages at that point.
No, that's true.
A live chicken, I think I'd rather.
Depends. Does it give you eggs?
So that's how this entire discussion started, and I can understand sometimes that we do say some things and people stare just blankly back at me, but I just think that's a lovely thing, and that kind of leads me on to the next thing. So with these, I've kind of got a little bit of an exclamation paragraph, and then we've got a nice little question, so we can all tot up our how many we win and see who wins the honour of knowing a bit more about weird things.
Most British person.
So this is something else we were talking about at Little Earth Fest, is kind of the development of working men's clubs in the North, especially because I tried to explain the concept of a miners' welfare club to Tori, who thought, is this somewhere that young people go for mental health checks? Yes. Which took me a solid 5 minutes to work out what the hell she was on about.
And then I did think, I was like, well, it either has to be about young people or you were like, what do you think that is? And I was just like, either young people or miners, as in like pickaxe miners. And I think I did the actual. For
the people listening,
I did.
Tori is currently trying to do the miming.
I'm doing some Minecraft pickaxe
I do feel
stuff.
like this episode might be a good one to watch on video, guys, because you've got to see Tori's reaction.
You did just see me like stoop down in my chair, but I did think it was like a mental health thing. And then the way you guys all reacted about the fact that I was like, I don't know that, you were all like, as if I thought it ended up being something really rude. Not like sexy rude. Like I thought that what I had said was really offensive. Like, and I was just like, because you guys reacted like, what? Like, no, like, and I was like, did I say something really offensive? Because he was like, say that again. What did you think it was? And I was like, oh my god, have I said something horrible? And then you were like, no. And I still don't really fully understand
it. So where I live is a small mining village in South Yorkshire. Mines have been here for, if you look over at Cresswell Crags, which is about 5 miles away, they've been mining there since caveman times. So there's always been raw materials, which is why Sheffield's known as Steel City, is because the iron from the Peak District and surrounding area and the coal from the South Yorkshire borders to Nottinghamshire was what fueled the Industrial Revolution here. I've got my Sheffield steel knife that I always have on my table. Knife? My sandwich knife as well. Shall we quickly tell the story of the sandwich knife?
Can you tell me? Please I've got additional questions.
Right.
We needed that the other day. We were out and about, and someone else said to me, "It was like, we need Tom, and we need his sandwich knife." And
this is like a known thing of everyone's like, fucking Tom and the sandwich knife's not here.
Tom's sandwich knife.
So when I was back traveling a lot, of course, you're living off like M&S meal deals and whatever, and they add up in price. Like, what's an M&S meal deal now? Like £4.50, £5, even more. If you want to get the prawn extra special one, which again, I am from South Yorkshire, but I am quite middle class, and I will be going for that extra special prawn. Now that does sound rude, but I realised that for the same price as a meal deal, you could buy 4 bread buns, a bit of meat, a bit of butter, a bit of cheese. But then I'd need something to make my sandwiches with. So I had a sandwich knife in my bag at all points that I could just sit on the train and cut open my bread bun and put my meat in it.
I want to take a step back, actually, as well. Would you say a bread bun?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, is that...
Let's talk about the different names.
Oh, jeez.
What is a bread bun?
Joe, is it you who's going to edit this? Because I think this is going to be a hell of a thing, especially because I have 3 imperial stouts in front of me. So
a bread bun.
So you know what a bread cake is, or
a bread cake? No, no.
How long have you been in this country, Tori, in the nicest possible way?
We have bread rolls.
In the South, call it a roll. Have you never had this conversation about how all the different names for the bread roll around the country?
So I know there's like Cobb. There's like Cobb, and then
Cobb's Birmingham.
Yeah, Cobb's more northern to me, and then we've got like roll or just bread roll here. I say roll, but people say bread roll.
Bread cake, or you can go for a bun. If you go to the other side of the Pennines, so like Manchester way, then it's a barm cake.
I've heard barm.
Or that can be a cob as well. And you go a little bit further north and it's stotty and things like that. But
I have heard that, but not cake.
Bread cake. Wow, right. So that was the thing that weirded you out most about the sandwich knife.
The bread knife, I was like, yeah, okay, fine, normal. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I was like, that's efficient. That is just a well-planned person. As a project manager brain, I'm like, you're well-planned. I get this. But then you lost me at like bread cake. And I was like, what?
Love it.
So anyway, back to working men's clubs, which is not the segue I was expecting to ever say.
Sorry, I had to do a jump back, so I was like, I can't not ask about that.
So, if you look at my village, we had 4 miners' welfare clubs just in a village of about 3,500 people. So these were incredibly prevalent, especially across the kind of industrial areas. They were mainly organised by the unions. The first one was founded in 1862, which is actually quite a lot newer than I was expecting. I thought would kind of be like union arrangements. And in their height, there was over 1,000 in the country. They've now dwindled a little bit, but they're currently going under quite a lot of a revamp. So kind of one of the most famous ones around where I am is the Brew Social Club in Leeds, which has some of the best gigs I've ever seen they put on there, but a price of pints is still £3.50 because the point of a social club and a working men's club is it's owned by the committee. So it's owned by every single person there. And if you're a member of one, you can access every single one of them across the country. So that leads me to the question. Okay. So what one of these four isn't a type of social / working men's club? So A, is it a trade and labour? Is it B, a conservative? Is it C, a Royal British Legion? Or D, is it seamen?
Ooh.
I think it's one. I'm going to go with A.
You think?
I'm going to go with A.
You think the thing that was designed by the labour unions wouldn't have a trade and labour club?
One. Yeah, I think it might be the second one.
No, because I think there are conservative clubs. Because I know that there's conservative clubs because somebody I spoke to was talking about, oh yeah, we had working men's clubs and there was the conservative one that was near me.
I think the people you were talking to about this was me and Joe.
No. It's people in a work setting because I asked them about the working men's clubs and if they knew what that was as well. Because I said I learned about so many things, and then they were like, "Yeah." Somebody that I work with was like, "Oh yeah, I know that this person used to go to the conservative club every week or something like that, and like because their family was part of it and." Blah blah blah. So I know that one's definitely right, and I feel like semen feels like it's made up, but therefore it's probably not made up. So it was really a toss up between A and C. So I went with A.
Are you sure? Due to that, are you sure?
No. Well, now I feel like now that you're asking me, I'm gonna go D.
You're gonna go D, and Joe, what are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna go B.
The correct answer is D.
Oh,
so the rest of them, although aren't directly in association,
British Royal Legion one.
So Tori, that is 1 point.
Well done.
Yeah, I've got a point.
It's only because you thought it sounded rude.
Yeah. Well, I just thought,
and you talked her out of it.
It's true.
Well, yeah, but I thought that was a bit cruel. I really like the fact that she chose the one that literally started everything.
Yeah.
That I had already mentioned previous in the paragraph. I thought I should probably...
Well, I was just like, I knew that the second one was an actual club, so I was just like, I don't know. So I just tossed it up.
I thought you were having a Thatcher moment.
No, yeah, well, it's fair enough, actually. The next point, and something that I do love, is the British pub names and where they kind of came from and that variety. I don't know if you guys have already covered this or know kind of where the British pub names comes from. So the idea is, where do you guys think it comes from? And why we have the Rose and Crown, the Green Man.
Is it like...
and other pubs that I've also written down in front of me.
Is it like... I feel like... Because I'm thinking of like the Rose and Thorn. Is it like family crests? Family names?
Well, that's one place that they can come from. But why do we call pubs that at all?
I have read about this and it has all completely left my brain today.
I always like kind of pub and brewing history as a whole, and it was described very well to me by Steve Dunkley, formerly of Beer Nouveau, is the issue with brewing and pub history is you need to remember everyone was slightly pissed for quite a lot of it. So it's all there's lots of fluffy round the edges of, we think it's that, but we were all hammered. So the idea was, and so apparently, according to Wikipedia, the most reliable source on this sort of things, in 1393, Richard II ordered public houses to hang distinctive signs so the illiterate could find them.
Oh, yeah.
So if you saw a picture of a black bull on a pub, what were you going to call it? The Black Bull. And so these things come from royalty, the crown, or from the local trades. So if it was on the back of a blacksmith shop, it'd be Blacksmith Arms and things like that. I mean, there are, we've certainly gone to the other side of parody. There's like the Stumble Inn, and things like that in there. But that's how they kind of got those names, was so you can identify that. And so I think that's why it's quite not disingenuous when you have a brand new pub and it's called something like the Elmwood Farm, which we've got down the road, which is the most corporate, soulless place I think I've ever been. And it's kind of got this lovely little sign outside. It's like, no, what you want from a pub is something that's tilted at least 15 degrees. It's got a man who just stares at you when you walk in, who either smells or is unusually wet. Either that's from rain or from perspiration. That's what makes a pub a pub.
Sticky floors.
Sticky floors, of course, as well. I like rude bar staff. I think that adds to a place. I like to not feel welcome. I need to earn it when I go into a place.
I think that's the thing that, as somebody that moved here, that was the hardest thing, though, for somebody that's not born British, brought up in British culture, is like going into a place, especially I think probably as a woman in those environments, like you have people that are like, and that you walk in the door and they immediately are like, head cocked, like staring at you like, what are you doing here? And it's interesting because I think the Nag's Head in Reading, for example, is like a place where when I first moved here, I lived at the opposite end of the road from it, and it was never like people staring at you going in. Like they'd always play like rock music, and the beer is so much better now than it was when I first moved here, but everyone was like so friendly, but it still had those little things of what you've said, like those glimpses.
The famous, one of the original craft beer bars in the UK, really, the Rake in Borough Market. There was a guy there who used to work there called Dave. He was from Burnley.
It's always a Dave.
He'd been in London for like 15 years and still hadn't lost any of the Burnley accent whatsoever. And I remember being stood there at the end of a bar with my mate Mark, and this proper city boy came in, and it was when Cloudwater was doing the V series. So this is end of 2016, beginning of 2017. And this fella goes, can I get 2/3 of that Cloudwater dipper? And Dave looks him up and down and goes, oh, no, lad, no, I don't think you'd appreciate it. How about a pint of lager instead? And it was like...
I love that. I don't think you'd appreciate it. Like,
so disarming. Why spend, I think it would have been about a tenner back 10 years ago. Yeah. But it's just no.
That's not fair.
I always quote about certain pubs. So a pub I talk about a lot is, of course, Rook and Gaskell in York, which is named as such because it's named after the last two people to be hung in York. And it celebrated its 400th year a couple of years ago. And it's not even in the top 20 oldest pubs in York, which is absolutely mental. But Ernest Hemingway said about his favourite bar in Florida Keys of when it shut down, he went in and ripped the urinal off the wall and said, I've pissed away so much money into this, I own it. And that's how I feel about the Rook and Gaskell toilets. There we go. Which I did say to Paul, the landlord, and he went, right, you can have them. And it's like, maybe I'll wipe them down first, slightly. Yeah. But talking about all these pub names, so... your next question here, guys.
Okay, I'm excited for this. So I'm okay at pub names.
So, what is the most common pub name in the UK? Yes, because I've told you the answer to this many times, and you haven't, and you can't remember.
So you've got a leg up. So he helped me on the last one, and this is your leg up. So there we go. We're even.
So is it?
That's a you problem.
Is it the Royal Oak?
Okay.
Is it the Black Bull?
Okay.
Is it the Red Lion, or is it the Cran?
I think it's the Black Bull.
It's the Red Lion.
Okay, are we locking in? Do you not want any discussion? It'd be a lot more interesting if you had a bit of discussion, but
well, I thought like the nag's head would be on there because I feel like there's a nag's head literally everywhere that I go.
I always feel like it's like the Georgian dragon or something, but I think it's the red lion.
Where I live, it's just the Robin Hood. I think every pub has to have a Robin Hood. I mean, we're like 50 miles away from Sherwood Forest, but every single pub seems to be called for Robin Hood. So the correct answer is the Red Lion.
Yes, I did remember.
You did. After all these years of knowing me, Joe, you've listened to me at some point. So, something I'd like to just talk about, kind of those old pubs, and it's a point that was made to me at the Brew York birthdays. We talk quite a lot about pubs shutting down. What's the fact that like 7 pubs shut down a day or something mental like that? The thing is that it's like we always talk about, there's this lovely little Italian place in town. It's a shame that it shut down. I used to love going there. Oh, when was the last time you went there? It's like, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be, if you love a place and you want it to thrive, they need your money now more than ever, especially if they're independent, especially even if they're part of a small chain. They need your money more than ever. And you can't afford to complain about them shutting down if you've never used it. And that's a point that I'm feeling quite passionate about at the moment. So yeah, support your local pub.
What are some of your top favorite, like worth the travel to, or just are the most beautiful pubs that you've ever gone to?
Oh, that's a good shout. I mean, if we start at the top of the country, you've got free trade
at the top, work your way down.
Free Trade Inn in Newcastle is one of the most gorgeous views of any pub that I've ever seen. Straight on top of the Tyne, looking out over the Newcastle skyline. The beer is always impeccable. Normally they have a first and last bitter on, which is just superb. And just the view, I mean, in the sun, you do struggle. I think last time I was there, it was actually quite a while ago, but I was with Soph from Turning Point, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. If we go down a little bit longer, I talk so much about the Rook and Gaskell in York, but it is just one of my happy places. He's done probably more for beer in that small part of York than anyone else has, and he's the reason that I ended up following a career in York. Can I say all this? Because he will never listen to a podcast, so I can actually be nice to him. And I know he'll do the same because he's only nice to me behind my back, because he was nice to me about nice to Joe about me, and I thought he was having a stroke or something. Like,
he's very concerned.
But that is a pub that I absolutely, and the people who have gone through that pub and have gone on to start breweries, and I mean, it's where Brew York was. I'd love to say Brew York was founded, but it's where Wayne and Lee drank away their initial funding before they went on to start Brew York. Leeds, you got to go a little bit outside of Leeds for me. The Sportsman in Huddersfield, 18 cask lines, ran by a guy called John, who's had it for, longer than I've probably been able to drink. Does amazing pies, fantastically kept cask. If you want a little bit more of a bar feel, Duke's over in Halifax is one of my favourite sort of modern craft bars. And if you keep going at a couple of other stations, you're not too far from the Zapato tap room, which I think's the most gorgeous tap room in the UK. And I will stick by that. And because it's not as visited as like even Rivy, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's a little bit out by itself, so you've got to go there, and you've just got this beautiful stream running past it. This lovely outside area. The inside's all set up like a Belgian beer cafe, and Zapato beers. It's wonderful beers. If we go over to Manchester, I mean, the City Arms, I think, is one of the most like classic pubs you can probably experience.
That's Tom's front room.
That is my front room. I am bridesmaid to the landlady there, and you need to ask how often you drink in a pub that the landlady asks you to be her bridesmaid.
I love
that. Sheffield, I think I've talked to you guys quite a lot about it, because I think Sheffield has the best independent pub scene in the UK. I think our brewery scene's a little bit behind. Maybe we've got some great breweries, but not quite to the extent that our surrounding neighbours have. But for pubs, there is the only city that I think even comes close is probably Bristol. And even then, I think Sheffield's got the edge because it's £2 cheaper a pint.
And it's I feel like it's more walkable. The problem is like you can walk so many of the pubs in Sheffield. In Bristol, you need to use the train or cab to get across all of them if you really wanted to kind of go.
Well, that's why you've got those scooters, haven't you?
No, I won't touch the scoot. I won't scoot. Everyone I work with was like, should we scoot there? And I'm like, no, fuck off. Absolutely not.
But really, Sheffield, any of the great pubs, you're going to have, like, I drink in Rutland Arms and the Harlequin quite a lot, but the Kellam Island Tavern, Shakespeare's is amazing, the Crow. The Crow's fantastic. So and these are all, if they were in any other city, they would be heads and shoulders above everyone else, but it just so happens that they're all surrounded by such high quality. The Broadfield, what a pub, like, the Riverside, the Gardener's Rest, all absolutely exceptional pubs, and they've just, I think sometimes you can get a little bit overwhelmed by the quality, and it makes things look a little bit more average. Whereas, like, in any other city, if you walked into the Fat Cat, it would be, which is where Kellam Island Brewery started, it would be mind-blowing, but it's surrounded by 100 metres from Kellam Island Tavern, 100 metres from Harlequin, and it's just like, oh, this is just a very nice pub. But yeah, so there's plenty no matter where you go, and I think it is about supporting those smaller guys, because if you don't use it, you're going to be...
You'll be sad when it's gone and there's nothing you can do about it at that point. Joe, can we do like the Google map links to the places that... I say that as a person because I don't do any editing or note writing. I'm like, can we I'm sure we can. Can we just like list those? In terms of like your favourite, Joe, do you have any like standout favourite pubs that you've gone to?
Let me think.
While we're talking about pubs.
I think you've said a lot of the ones that I really like, Tom. In Manchester, there is the Molly House.
The Molly House, yeah. Port Street.
Yeah, Port Street. And then Pomona's Pub.
North Westwood Hoe.
North Westwood Hoe is really great.
Oh, and Gaslamp as well, of course.
Yeah, and the Gaslamp. There's so many good places in Manchester.
Yeah, even Beer Moth, and I'm really liking Fell's New Bar at the moment because it's Denny who used to run Fierce is in there, and the selection of beer is fantastic, and his whiskey selection is incredibly reasonably priced as well for the quality that he's got.
Yeah, and then Good Chem's Pub in Bristol.
It's King's Head.
That's amazing.
I think the ones you guys named are all the ones I would say. The only other one that I think was just visually really cool. The beer was good, but visually amazing. Is it Pivney? That's across from...
Oh, Pivney, across from Valhalla.
Yeah. Literally. And it's just like the layout. Like
we also need to give a shout out to Valhalla because Lee does listen to his podcast.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not good because I'm like, he wants to be a dive bar. But I say that as a person that loves Valhalla. Like every time we go to York, we go to Valhalla, and I left my phone in Valhalla once, and it was very great. No one stole it, so that was a bonus.
And the original. Trembling Madness.
Yes. Trembling Madness is great. And then, Nag's Head in Reading for me is like my go-to, my local, more local favourite.
Even those smaller like towns and things like that have exceptional pubs. I would encourage people to just go try out their local to see what it is like. I mean, I'm moving down to Chesterfield because, I like the high life, and the prices for houses there are disgusting, but there's probably there's 13 pubs that have been mentioned in the Good Beer Guide within 2 miles of where I'm looking at buying, and like the Chesterfield Arms or the Rose and Crown could hold head and shoulders above other pubs of their size, and I think some people kind of overlook those smaller town pubs. I mean, the pub of the year with Camro has just been the Bailey Head in Oswestry, which I went to a couple of months ago, and it is wonderful. Trying to get there it's a journey. You have to go through some things, but it's a wonderful, wonderful pub. But yeah,
drink beer. Be cool.
Yeah.
What
road
could be
trip.
cool is if we do Google Map. Oh. Well, we can make a Google Map. Well, yeah, road trip as well. But we can make like a Google Map thing where we save all these pubs to, and then we can link that in the show notes. And if you've got a link to it, you should also be able to edit it so you can add your favorite pubs, and then we could have like a really big, cool, collaborative pub map on Google Maps so that you can always find something really cool near you. Or if you go check something out near you, you can add it to that list. We can start with all the ones we've named here, and then it saves you from having to go individual.
I feel like there's the risk for that to go horribly wrong, though.
Is there?
Yeah,
it's always when
going to put something dumb on there.
When people ask me,
it's
like,
not dumb if you like it.
Where should I drink in Manchester? And I send them the 3-page document, or where should I go in York? And it's like, right, so you start off here, you do this, and you go through. And
that's
it's like
how I operate.
Pubs.
So I like it.
I
operate like you.
Pubs.
Yes.
So the Royston just won a camera award. Where else are we? Like the Fairs in Margate, the Fermentorium in Ramsgate is quite new.
I like that name.
Quite little, and they're still kind of building it out, but they have really good stuff, and they're doing some lovely like community stuff. Like they're doing some like open mic nights, and I think there's going to be a tarot reading night, and then some like how to make kimchi nights and things like that. So
I like that. That's fun.
Exciting things there. And I mean, there's lots of really old pubs in Canterbury. There's there's a lot of Shepherd Neame pubs in Canterbury, but the Foundry has got its own microbrewery in it. I
think it does it as long as you like it and you like the vibes and you like everything. I feel like I will happily make if Joe sends me the transcript of this so I can then go and bookmark every single thing, I will go and I'll make a woman's brew collaboration with Tom, Matt, and then everyone
pub crawl across the UK.
Yeah. I will definitely do that.
We've forgotten as well that we'll suddenly go, oh yeah, what about that?
No, what will happen is one of my mates will listen to this and I will get abuse. It is what will happen.
And then you've got to tell them to go and add it. So there we go.
But yeah, so use your pubs, support your local. Rising tide lifts all boats, and that's it. Which brings me on to something very important to me and very close to my heart, especially about something that, as Northerners, we of course do very well: the humble cask sparkler.
Okay.
So, Tori, are you familiar with this magical thing?
Yes.
So, of course, a cask sparkler is a small nozzle that's attached to the end of your pint, which lifts it, which gives you that thick, tight, creamy head, which always sounds weird when you say it out loud, doesn't it?
We'll isolate that for you.
That'll be when you put it up on Instagram. It's like thick, creamy head.
I like that you gave us a really clean take on that as well. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I did some podcasts for Bruiser during lockdown, and they did like a B-roll at the end of the season, and it was just me just saying things out of context. But I think Ollie still has on his phone just a button that he can press. That's just my voice going "fucking wank."
Great.
So the sparkler is there to lift the beer. Like, it's never really caught on in the South, and this is one of the things that people overlook is certain beers aren't meant to be poured with a sparkler, and certain beers aren't meant to be poured without it. This comes down to the priming, but also the aroma hops. I can hear Will Longmate screaming somewhere out there. But if you take a pint of Harvey's, I have had the pleasure of having Harvey's through a sparkler, and I have to say that is thicker than a pastry stout. That is, it has texture at that point. But if you have something like Aberdale Moonshine, where it's meant to be lifted, it's got a little bit less aroma, that is just brought out beautifully. If you're pouring that on gravity, no matter how well conditioned that you're going to have it, it's going to be an issue. So that leads me to the next question, which is, people who don't appreciate a sparkler are A, wrong.
I hate this. This is the worst question.
B, morally suspect. C, bad people. D, all of the above.
Is there not an E, which is just like southern?
I think that kind of...
That's not right, though, because I'm southern and I like a sparkler.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I did tell Joe, hilariously, the other night, I did tell Joe that there was a pub down here in the south that had a sparkler, and I literally went and I took a photo of it because I was like, what? Like, I did a double take. I went up to order at the bar and I was like, should I order some cask? And I looked and I was like, there's a sparkler. And then I took a photo like a weirdo, just because, and then I never even sent it.
I just like taking pictures of the bar equipment.
Like, I just appreciate a good... And this wasn't a craft beer place. And I was like, I just appreciate a good sparkler.
Well, that's this entire thing. So what answer are you guys going to give?
Obviously,
to
I'm going
that?
to go... It's the person that's written it. I'm obviously going to say D.
Right, lovely. And Joe?
I'm going to say A.
Right, well, I'll give you both it. I'll give you both of it. Something that we... I know that you guys have talked about a lot, but something that we really need to concentrate is the quality of cask in this country. It's something that, again, I think every single brewer feels very passionate about. I was out with a load of, well, you were with me, a load of American breweries before Hop City, and every single American brewery that you asked was the first question is like, have you had a pint of cask yet?
Yeah.
And they went, yes, please stop asking me.
Stop giving us warm brown beer.
But it is something so incredibly British. I mean, I always say the story, and I think it's what Pete Brown said, is that if you're politically entertained at the Houses of Parliament, you are offered Scotch whisky and English sparkling wine. And don't get us wrong, I love Scotch whisky, and I think English sparkling wine is a lot better than it was many years ago. But the fact is that cask beer is only really available in this country. I mean, don't get us wrong, there's a couple of outposts out there, Italy, Hungary, and Canada a little bit. But to be able to walk in and have this wonderfully perfect British thing, and it's dying out. And I think you guys must have done a shout out to the petition in the past, but if people haven't already, please go to the Craft Beer channel and sign their petition to give British cask beer that stamp of what is it? UNESCO heritage.
World Heritage.
Because if we should celebrate this thing so much more than what it is. And the sad thing is, since the 80s and the conglomeration of the big six UK breweries, they pushed cask down. It was seen as a much cheaper product. And Camera has done, say what you want about Camera, they have done amazing things for the quality of cask beer and beer as a whole.
Yeah.
But we still have a long way to go to save this wonderful, wonderful thing. And so demand better cask at your local pub. Make sure that you're drinking it, make sure you're turning it over, and celebrate it as we should do, rather than, I know I always call it warm brown, but that is said from a place very much of love for this thing. Go to GBBF, go to your local Camera Beer Festival. I went to Chesterfield Real Ale and Train Festival, and my autism was vibrating when I was there. Just support these local, because they tend to be volunteer led, and if you're not going there putting your money in, do you know what, we're not getting anywhere. I've been dragged in to do talks at York Camera this year, which is going to be fun. So come down to St Lawrence's Church in September and see me talking about cask beer while I'm just standing next to a brewer who's going, is he going to shut up at any point? It's like, right, let me tell you another thing.
And another one.
Another thing. We lost the Kent Camera Beer Festival. That doesn't happen anymore. We lost there was a big Easter festival in Thanet every year. That's gone now. Like, because they didn't get the venues that they used to have. Like, things happened to the venues and they had to change, and the venues just didn't work quite as well. And then people didn't go. And then we lost it, and now we don't have those festivals, and that's some of the festivals.
Manchester
those are the most accessible for people as well, because they are so much more like local. They're not massively expensive to get into.
They're just getting keg on. Like there was actually a keg bar. I know. I was like, there was progression happening, and then we lost him.
I mean, quite a few of these are fantastic now, and there's not very few places you can go. I mean, I think Peterborough has the most number of beers on. It's either Peterborough or Nottingham. If you find yourself at either one of them, is a fantastic beer festival. Peterborough's is on for like 9 days, which I always think is just exhausting. But it's the only place you're going to be able to go and say, I can have one of these 1,200 beers. Yeah. The beer is always warm. I will give them that, though.
That's the problem, is when they do it in warmer weather.
The wet bar towel isn't keeping it cold.
I did go to the winter GBBF because it was about 5 miles away from where I lived at Magna. And it was like -3 degrees in there, but the beer was still like 17 degrees. And to this day... Yeah. I was there with Jack Hobday, and he's going... Did they put it through an aquarium heater?
I was actually quite surprised by how much cask I found in the US on in the last few years that I've gone. And there's a place that's in, I want to say Beverly in Massachusetts. It is a pub. It's a brewery that I can't. Backbeat. It's called Backbeat Brewery, I believe. Let me just Google that before I say the wrong name.
I had while Tori's looking that up, I had a German lager on cask with a sparkler in a US tap room. And I was like, I came all this way to drink a German beer style.
I tell the story of I was at Leeds International Beer Festival, which is one of my favourites. In 2017, 2018, we had the main beer box, so the main Brewers Collective, or whatever it was called, got together, got a big 40-foot trailer, filled it with beer, sent it over to the UK. And it was just when I'd had my first heady topper, and it was like, so that's going to be the style of beer. And these main brewers came up to us. I was at Brew York at the time, and we were going like, really want you to come try some of my beer. It's like, yes, I want to come try some of your beer. And he's handed it. It's like, what's this? It's like, it's called an ESB. Have you had one before? And I'm there going, yeah. And it was a lovely ESB. Don't get us wrong, but if you want
bomb you were after.
If you want an ESB, I mean, London Fuller's ESB is delicious. Big shout out also to Selenis from Neptune, which is got me through lockdown, but did leave some casualties on the way. Which I will just give a big shout out to this beer that I've just opened up, which is from our very, very good friends up at Closet Brewing. They're turning the friggin' frogs gay. And if you can see the label, that is
in my head. The remix of that is like they turn the friggin' frogs gay is in my head now.
They are. That is a frog in assless chaps.
Yeah. Where did you get that from? Because the last time I tried to order from them, because I tried to at work, we did like an order with Queer Brewing, and I was trying to get an order in with like Closet as well, because I'm able to. You should support these breweries all year round, but I was able to kind of go, for like, Pride Month, I can make the argument of how we can then go and get this into the offices. So whatever I can do to get it in the offices and get people in there. And Closet was completely
so they when was that? Was that a couple of weeks ago then?
Probably because I tried to order it slightly in advance, so it was probably about a month, maybe. So 5-6 weeks ago.
I saw them first week of June, and they'd only just done like their first canning run in a while.
I want that so bad. I want that beer so bad
because of a new kit that they'd gone on to. So I'm pretty sure they've got a collab with friend of the podcast, Kate from Hand, as well. The watermelon sour at the moment, and they've done this tropical sour. I think it was the last beer that we did, brewed at Otherworld, which is another amazing brewery of the world, called Skeleton Key, which is an amazing tropical sour. But I'm not going to get too nerdy with this, but if Lucy, you're listening, she did a no-boil 0 IBU sour, and I lost my shit at her because she made a Petri dish, and I was trying to explain to her how dangerous that is, and now she puts a little bit of Tetra Hop in it, which will just stabilise it. So
I want one of those beers so bad. I want one of those turn the friggin' frogs gay so bad. and I just went on their website and you can't get it, and I'm very sad.
It's a really nice old school APA. It's bitter. It smells great, and it tastes like beer.
He's just rubbing it in now.
Yeah, no, you are just rubbing it in. I did look up that brewery. It is Backbeat.
Yes.
I was correct. It's Backbeat Brewing in Beverly, Massachusetts. So if you are one of our US listeners or you are visiting Massachusetts,
Tori, I think we might have lost the US during this.
No, I actually think there'll be. I think we lost the British people because they're like, of course it's called a bread cake or whatever you said.
Why is that the weird part? That's not the weird part.
I feel like they're like, yeah, of course we know sparklers. Yeah, we know bread cake. Don't be weird about it. Like the Americans are like, what? What the fuck is that? But yeah, they've got Cask Ale, and I looked at their menu at the moment, and their menu at the moment is they've got an extra pale ale on cask. They've got an English IPA with American hops that kind of slightly defeats the purpose, but fine. And then a premium bitter. But then they also have a sour that's called lavender. So I'm wondering if they put lavender in it. So they've got like a British shop as well. So I think they just like really like British culture.
I love a British shop when I'm.
Well, do you want to know what's in there? Do you want to know what's in their British shop?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've got things like jammy Dodgers, Jersey creams. What is a Jersey cream?
Oh, I think my nan used to have Jersey creams.
They do look like they might be like nan based.
Like a custard
biscuit?
cream,
Yeah, maybe.
Like...
They do have like
nice Jersey cream is in like clotted cream.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a clotted cream filling in the biscuit.
It does sort of look like a custard cream. Yeah. They've got iron brews, golden syrup. There's lots of products. They've got Yorkshire tea.
What sort? Have we got the gold or the
gold?
Real
There's
one?
a gold and a normal. No, so it's both. You could get either. They got both. Hobnobs.
I work for a Dutch company and I do send them over parcels of Yorkshire tea quite regularly.
I do sometimes have to take Yorkshire tea over to the Germans.
Looking at these, I don't see anything here that I go, oh, that's fake ass British. Like I don't look at anything and go, oh, no one uses those really. Like you know how when you go,
is golden syrup British?
Yeah,
well, I know it's British, but it's about like really.
We use
British.
corn syrup.
Yeah, golden syrup. Yeah,
golden syrup's definitely British. Yeah,
as opposed to like maple syrup or
treacle. They've even got like jelly babies. Taters.
Taters. Yeah, but they're Northern Irish, aren't they? Taters.
Yeah, it's still got taters. Quavers. It's fun.
Quavers.
So there you go. Backbeat Brewing. They've got cask.
Well, this actually lovingly segues onto my final little point, which is unusual foods, because this we also briefly talked about at Little Earth Festival. So I'm going to start with the question on this because I've got a little bit of a story afterwards.
Okay.
Which I found while researching this, and it just it warmed my heart. So, which one of these is not a regional food served in pubs?
Okay.
A corned beef pie, a cockleman, a cheese and onion cob, or a Burnley kebab?
Ooh. I think. What's the first two? Can you say the first?
A corned beef pie.
Okay.
Or a cockleman.
I feel like a corned beef pie. Which corned beef's very different to American corned beef. So when I'm like, I like corned beef, people are like, you're disgusting. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Nice. Hey, wait.
I've been told that I'm disgusting because I'm like, I like corned beef, but because I like salt beef.
A Burnley kebab.
A Burnley kebab.
No, it's a Wigan kebab. No, it's going to be a Burnley kebab because it's a Wigan kebab.
Yeah, I feel like it's Burnley kebab.
Yeah,
I think it's Wigan.
I changed my answer to Burnley kebab.
So we're going for D.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay, you are correct. You did see through me. It is a Wigan kebab.
Well, I thought there's a Wigan kebab.
Another thing that had Tori go.
This was so long ago, and I was like,
it's almost like this is why I put the answer in here.
But I think I would have believed that like the Burnley kebab was probably something that was like slightly different, but just as unique. So I was like, I'm not going to question that. But would we put corned beef in a pie? Yeah. That's weird.
So I was in Dundee. I did this mad Scotland trip, which hence why I've got quite a lot of Scotland beers in front of us. Beginning of last month, and I was in Dundee with another friend of the podcast, Johnny Horn, and it's where should I I just want some lunch, mate. And he's going, oh, there's the pie factory across the way. Go and get yourself a lasagna pie. And I went, what the hell's a lasagna pie? And Johnny just stared back at me and went, it's a lasagna in a pie, mate. And it was like...
I love that, so matter of fact, like, what do you mean?
He also fed me a kebab pie once. Dundee, big shout out to Dundee. I really love that city. Like it's a really, really cool place.
I'm just
but
dying
great selection of pies.
It's a lasagna in a pie, obviously.
Well, initially when I wrote this question, I realised I listed just 5 different sorts of pies, and it was like, I don't want to be that much of a stereotype. But yeah, corned beef pies tend to be like Newcastle area. So like north to east, and they tend to be actually quite... I mean, a corned beef pasty you can still get from Greg's, which is, to our American listeners, is a small artisanal chain of bakeries across the UK. But you can only really get them in the northeast. And
they're pronounced
really nice.
I believe they're actually pronounced Greeks. So for the Americans that come over, just so you, make sure you ask for them appropriately.
We gave Cornish pasties to the Germans the other week, and our colleague Sina didn't like it, and one of our other colleagues was like mortally wounded that she didn't like a Cornish pasty, and I'm like, dude, like you can't take that personally. And he was like, she doesn't like a Cornish pasty, and I'm like, it's okay.
I'm reminded of drinking with Alex Eplin, who used to work for Bathhouse, and we were in this beautiful hop field in Kent at, was it McCann's Brewery?
No, Twisted Wheel.
Twisted Wheel, and they had a bitter on, and Alex had one, and he turns to me and goes, Tom, is it meant to be like this? And it's like, what do you mean? He went, it's warm. And I go, no, it's cellar temperature, so it's about 15 degrees. And he goes, it's flat. And I go, well, it's naturally carbonated. It's cask conditioned. He goes, and you drink this on purpose? And it was like, shut up, you fizzy lager swilling German.
I will say, if you're gonna go with like the pasty side of things, like again in Bristol, we already shouted out Bristol, but like the Pasty Emporium in Bristol. Sometimes when I go there for work, so you've got Little Martha's, that's like a few slots down. Mm-hmm. You hit up. So when you want to have like pasty and a pint, so we'll call it like pasty and a pint. To be like, what are we doing for lunch today? We'll be like pasty and a pint, but I have a half pint because I don't want a whole pint at lunch. We go to the Pasty Emporium. You pick out your pasty. They've got like specialty ones on certain days. They've got like really good like tikka masala ones, and just generally great pasties. And then you take it 2 railway arches down to Martha's, get a lovely beer, sit outside with that. Great. Can't recommend it more. You can get a pasty card. You get so many pasties, you get a free one. It's great. Big ups, Pasty Emporium.
Going for the sponsorship deal here, Tori, aren't you?
Well, nobody sponsors us.
No one sponsors us. Pasty Emporium. I'm here for that. I mean, you could take it to Good Chem. You could get your pasty walk. It's just slightly further. It's fine. I'm here for that.
Well, it's one of the things I just talked about was the cockle man, and I know.
Please explain that.
I knew it was a thing, but I was like, it's going to be cockles, isn't it?
The cockle man, and I'm sure quite a lot of people must remember them, because I remember these guys like
getting cockles from the cockle man.
So the cockle man would come round.
Oh yeah.
So while researching this, I discovered the story of the last cockle man who was in Nottingham.
The last cockle man
in Nottingham.
So Dave the cockle man.
It's always a Dave.
Bartram. Had been serving Nottingham pub-goers for 50 years with barely a day off. Despite being 60 miles from the sea, Dave thought to be the only trader left in the UK, tours pubs of the city on foot, clad in his trademark white, serving up prawns, cockles and mussels. Mr. Bartram sells his wares 7 days a week and has done so since the age of 17 in 1964. Perhaps one reason the cockleman's ilk is in short supplies these days is the various workplace hazards one encounter working the streets of the city, often late at night. Mr. Bartram's trusty basket once saved him from serious injury when a drunken reveller plunged a pair of scissors into it, puncturing his prawn sauce. And I just love that sentence.
That visual is amazing.
Oh, no.
No, poor Dave.
So yeah, these were people relatively common. Like, I remember them who'd walk pub to pub and have like a little whisker basket filled with like cockles and mussels and things like that, and just sell you pub snacks out of their baskets.
How is pulling that face again?
Yeah, no, I have additional questions. But like cooked ones?
Well, but normally these sorts of things are in either olive oil or pickle.
Just casually.
You're about to ask, are they nice? And the answer is no, not really.
No. I'm just trying to think of like when you're at the party, you're like, I go like, oh, maybe some ready salted nuts or some crisps. What are the flavours?
You about to say like things about pickles because that's a pub thing.
I'm not going to say things about I'm not going to say things about pickles because I know people are really precious about their pickled items. But like my brain would be like, oh, pub snack, and I'm like crisps. I'm not like oh shit, cockles. Oh, I missed the cockle man. I just missed him. Like that is wild to me. What happened to just crisps? Cheese and onion.
I used to like having a balm on the end of a bar that you'd get for like 75p, and it would just be a lump of cheddar lightly buttered between two slices of bread. That's what you wanted.
Wrapped in cling film.
Don't get some of the Scotch eggs. Yeah.
Just sat on a plate.
It was wrapped in cling film, Tori.
It's like cheese in a roll. Like
okay. What do you
think's going to happen?
When do they put that cheese in that roll and put that?
A couple of days before.
Like, how long has it been sat on the bar for? I want a nice cold cheese. It'd be changed every
couple of days.
I want a nice cold cheese. I don't want a warm brown cheese.
No. Sometimes you'll have a cheese and onion cob, and now that's something.
That blows balls off,
sliced white onion, mustard onion going through with a lump of cheddar on it. That's what you need. That'll sort you out. I
can get behind that, but cockles, like you're just like, oh.
People eat oysters and whelks.
Scotch eggs freak me out. Like pickled eggs freak me out. I don't know why.
Sorry, how does a Scotch egg freak you out? And also, you should try a Manchester egg in that case, which is a pickled egg wrapped in black pudding.
No, I don't like that. I don't like any of that. Like, if you could do like a Cadbury egg, and then you wrap the Cadbury egg in something, and then you deep fry
cookie
the thing.
dough.
Yeah, and then you deep fry it. Like, that's my type of
speed running diabetes.
Yeah. I'm already there. We're good. You don't even have to sell me on it. I'm like, great, I'm there. Yeah, that's the kind of egg matrushka that I'm here for. Not like a Scotch egg. Don't know, it freaks me out.
Oh dear.
Well, for English listeners, can you just say for English listeners, like for American listeners, what in English like Scottish or British Scottish egg?
What a Scotch egg is?
Scotch eggs.
A Scotch egg is a boiled egg wrapped in sausage meat and then battered and fried.
Yeah, American people won't know that.
Does the rest of the world not have Scotch eggs?
No. Did you not know that?
I didn't know. I kind of assumed.
Have I blown your mind? Americans do not know what a Scotch egg is.
I mean, they're just delicious. That's why. It's sausage meat and egg. I like both of those things. And you can get different flavours ones.
It's the egg that throws me off.
Oh, if it's soft.
The egg's putting you off.
Yeah, the egg's putting because I don't really like I like scrambled eggs. I'm very plain. I'm
soft boiled eggs. So when you cut it through and it's like that jammy yolk when it opens up, bit of mustard on the side and some like wild rocket. Get that on.
I can appreciate the visual of it. I bet it look like if that's your thing, I bet it looks beautiful and it probably tastes great.
I did only discover the other day that sausage rolls are also very British and don't really have them anywhere else, and I thought that was mental.
Yeah, the closest Americans have are like. We call it pigs in a blanket. Our pigs in a blanket is different to your pigs in a blanket because our pigs in a blanket is like little cocktail hot dogs wrapped in croissant dough, whereas like here it's like little sausages wrapped in bacon.
Yes,
I don't even do little sausages. I do.
You do
big
sausages. You can do big sausages, yeah.
Like I do a full-size sausage.
I kind of assume that the Australians must have sausage rolls. It feels like an Australian thing.
I feel like they must have a sausage roll, yeah.
I don't think we're big enough in Australia to ask the Australians.
I was going to say I'll just text Nick and he'll go, what?
Yeah.
But
Nick doesn't think he's Australian anymore though.
He has lived over here 20 years.
Yeah. Apart from when he has to travel on his passport, then it's different.
Oh, that's all. Using your other passport is the worst. You're just like, ugh. I say that that's so middle class. My second passport.
Yeah. But that is the end of my quiz. Thank you for listening. You have drawn. So
Rock,
you
paper,
win.
scissors next time.
Have you got a tiebreaker question?
No, because I didn't think we'd get this far. So, yeah, okay. A bit of Northern
I'll make
culture.
one up now.
What year was the oldest football club in the world founded?
In the world?
Yeah, Sheffield FC, oldest football team in the world. And Joe, I have said this to you so many times.
I don't listen to you when you're talking about football.
Is it just whoever's the closest to it?
Whoever's the closest wins the honour.
1769.
Okay.
1830.
1857. So Joe wins the honour.
I don't even sport. That's bullshit. That's not even a beer-based question.
Okay. What's... Oh, I need to double check this.
We need a beer-related question, or a tangentially beer-related question.
You're just upset that you didn't win.
Who even knows about football?
Okay, a nice, easy one. What year was Pilsner Urquell the first pale lager?
Fuck my life. You guys have the leg up on this. I
should know this.
This is awful because I feel like we've talked about this.
I'm pretty sure I've listened to you guys talk about this as well.
We've talked about Pilsner Urquell like so many times.
1868.
1845.
1842.
Ah! We're still drawn though.
Yeah, no, now we're drawn, but mine was at least a beer-based question.
It doesn't matter.
Oh no, you actually know the answer to that. So let's.
Everything that he knows, you know. So you had a go that he helped me on the first one. You were like on the. Nobody tells you all these things, and it's like the first one.
Me all these things.
He told you the football one.
Listen, just because we were work married,
and look, he told you the pub one. He told you the football one.
So I haven't said.
That's savage. He's like, no, that just hurts me.
So listen to me.
The per capita, the Czechs drink the most beer in the world.
They do.
Yes.
Who is second? And I need to be honest, it's quite a distance between 1 and 2. Like, the Czechs really do some heavy lifting.
The Japanese.
Oh, I thought it was the Chinese.
Do either of you want to have an answer that is at least in the top 20?
I thought they were. I didn't think that was that far off.
I didn't think it was.
Germany.
Brazil.
Okay, I'm going to go with whoever's closest. So Germany is number 4.
Yay.
Austria is number 2.
Oh, is it?
So I'm the physical closest.
Romania is number 3, followed by Poland, then Namibia, then Ireland. Oh, God, the UK's properly dropped down it.
Yeah.
UK at 23. Come on, guys.
I did think
we used to be number 6.
Well, I thought Japan, because the fact that is part of, like, that is a big part of the, like, go out and have, like, a namabiru. Like, I just thought that would be good.
Japan coming in at a very respectable 42. And China's 46.
Oh.
So there you go. Mine was higher both times.
But, like, number 1 is the Czech Republic with 128 litres per year. And then number 2 is Austria with 100.
I'm glad you weren't like, what's the top one? Because I feel like we both would have been like,
yeah. I mean, the Czech Republic is one of my favourite places in the world because we went there on a stag do with like 14 grumpy brewers, and it was great going to a bar and going, can we get 14 pints of whatever lager? And they go, oh yeah, that'll be £12.80 of your money. Do you want to split it? And it's like, boys, sit down. Yeah, sit down.
This one's on me.
I've got this, lads. I've got this. Hold on. I've got this. But yes, so I think that means that Tori has won the honour.
I'll let you have it.
Thank you. Oh, you let me.
Well done to both. Really,
Ian Clark came back from that trip and said to me, Joe, I respected you anyway, but now I respect you even more after spending a weekend chaperoning brewers around.
He really did.
And I was like, you're welcome.
He did very well. He did have to. Yeah,
you can't talk about what happens on the stag.
No, there was quite a lot of people from very well known and very well respected brewers there. I will tell the story, but I will not use any people's identities have been changed. So there was one brewer on the phone to another one on the morning of the second, going, "Oh mate, I've been here, and it's like I've had to clean off so much sick off my trousers, and I only brought one pair of trousers." And the other brewer went to the phone. It's like, "Mate, there is a poo on my floor."
God.
I was the youngest person. I was the youngest person there by like 10 years as well. So they were all of them knew a lot better than me.
Okay, but the question is, how many pairs of trousers did you bring?
I brought 2 pairs of trousers.
That's the correct amount of trousers for a weekend.
But I did also pack like 11 pairs of pants just in case.
You never know.
You never know.
And you don't want to. You don't want to fuck around and find out.
No, you don't want to.
You don't want to find out.
But what Prague was just an amazing city. The food, the beer, just the city itself. We stayed very far away from the tourist places, and we found not only like the quality of the Czech lager was amazing, but the quality of the Czech craft beer was insanely good. Like there was so many little small like microbreweries, and all of them were doing really kind of UK, US style, really hop forward IPAs, and all of them were a lot better than several other countries in Europe, who have been doing it a lot longer in that style.
Banging sours there as well. Like, I went in March and spur of the moment.
Oh yeah, because we missed each other by like a week.
Yeah, and there was some like just absolutely banging sours that I found that I didn't expect to find. Because I find when I go other places, sours tend to not be as common as they are here.
We had a sun-dried tomato goza, me and Ian. And you kind of forget that they just serve it in a pint unless you ask it for smaller.
I asked for smaller.
Yeah, so we went in and Ian went, "Oh, can I just get one of these?" And we brought over this pint of like 9% sun-dried tomato.
Where did you have that?
Pivovarovic, I think it was. It's the brew that's a little house.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
the logo. They also did a pastry lager, which it was a blueberry and poppy seed pastry bock, and it was superb. And I've been trying to make people brew pastry lagers for so many years, and I was drinking with Ben, who's one of the brewers from Tap Social, and he even went, "That is drinkable," which I think is the biggest.
I am so jealous. That sounds amazing. Did you go to the monastery? Because I found like the monastery had quite a lot of like the guest beers that they had on at the time.
They had a red IPA that was superb, and I only drank the beer that had been brewed there, but all of it was.
I had a really nice fruity beer that they did, like a really nice fruity sour that they did. It was very bright pink, and my hair had just been done at that time, so it matched my hair perfectly. And I was like, I love this, and I have a really nice aesthetically pleasing photo of me holding this pink beer with my pink hair.
Well, where else do we go?
Gorgeous.
Siberia as well was great, because one of the brewers there used to brew for Chris at Burning Soul, who was on the stag do with us. And that was fantastic. The entire trip. I'm doing it again in Marchy time.
Oh, we're going to join you, so it's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's just me and one of my mates are going across because it was so cheap. It was cheaper than like a weekend in Edinburgh, or substantially so, even flights and hotels included. So, I mean, nothing against Edinburgh. Big shout out to the wonderful breweries up in Edinburgh. I was on the phone to Barney from Barney's this afternoon, and he said something terrifying to me the other day, that Barney's is now the oldest brewery in Edinburgh.
No.
The oldest still established brewery in Edinburgh is Barney's, which was founded it's 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Since Caledonian's been shut down, there is no brewery in Edinburgh City older than Barney's, which is, I mean, a great thing for Barney and the team there, who are lovely, lovely people and do some great beers. But it's still terrifying as a city. I don't really think there's any other city in the UK of that size where the oldest brewery is only 12 years old.
Yeah,
I love Scotland in
Again,
general. Like Edinburgh's my fave.
Your breweries, because otherwise we'll lose them.
Yeah, buy beers, buy Barney's beers, which will be my next one, which is a beetroot brownie imperial pastry stout.
That sounds immense.
It is.
I had that at, where did I have that? Gencraft Spring, and it was.
I was I picked this up from Barney, and then I went down to Vault City's Wee Vault, which is a mental place because it's got a capacity of 2 reasonable sized brewers. And I was stood at the bar and someone went, "Oh, it's nice, but it's not as beetrooty as I want it to be." And that's never something I've heard as a comment about a beer.
No.
You want a bit of beetroot just to know it's there, but you don't want it screaming at you.
There's McColl's Brewery up in the northeast, and they did a beer called Beat de Garde.
Beat de Garde. We've heard it on the podcast.
It's lovely.
It's a great beer.
It's really lovely.
Danny tells the story of how he sources the beetroot. I kind of assumed he must have gone to like maybe a Polish wholesaler or something like that to buy that vast quantity of beetroot. No, he drives around the northeast and goes to Aldi and picks up all the beetroot because he went, it's just so much cheaper. And I went, okay, mate, yeah, that makes sense. He went, what's the best thing is that you go to the Aldi next week and someone at Aldi head office, their demand player, and say, boys, get some fucking beetroot into the northeast. Get the beetroot into the north. Something has happened up there. And so he goes back to the Aldi the following week, and where there's like 1 punnet of beetroot, there's like 20 kilos of beetroot just piled up.
I think the best part must be though, like the week after the week that he buys all of them, and then they're like, we don't understand why it stopped selling. Like, what has happened?
The bottom has fell out of the beetroot market, guys. But
we lost them. We lost them.
We lost it. He was also mixing it with their pilsner and calling it Beats and Pills.
Yeah,
Beats and Pills.
And he did he do the beat goes on as well, or was that a simple thing?
No,
there was ES Beats. As well, which was the collab with Simple Things. That was a beetroot TSB.
I keep telling him that he needs to redo the rhubarb Hefeweizen.
That was gorgeous. He did this Bramble IPA great. When he first started as well.
And it paired really well with Percy Pig Sweet. And when I told him that, he said Percy Pigs was a bit out of his range.
Can we all just give a shout out to the wonderful James from Wilderness for his...
no, don't out him, don't out him.
For his excellent...
Yeah, we didn't say who it was.
We didn't say
cocktail making at Little Earth. I don't mind. I'll tell who it is. Who spent the entire weekend taking some of the best wild firm beer produced in Europe, and mixing it with Pepsi Max Mango.
Mango.
Yeah. And the worst part wasn't bad.
It was really, really good.
It was really good.
Oh, I love James in general, just like all the time, because I feel like his level of weird matches my level of weird, and I love it so much. But when he was what I loved was watching him hand somebody a drink using their own beer with the Pepsi Max Mango, and then they were like, it's all right, isn't it? I was like, they're not even angry about it because it actually didn't taste bad. Yeah. And then I had to come home to my fridge, which has Pepsi Max Mango in it quite a lot, and I was just like, my husband drinks it, and I saw it, and I just started laughing because all I can picture now is just like, what will it mix with?
I feel like we need to do, like, we were talking about doing a beer cocktail episode. We need to do a Pepsi Max Mango
trial of what's the weirdest thing.
You need to get Laura from Abbeydale on, who did the long-standing, I don't know if she's still doing it, Will It Shandy. Because she famously did one with Puttatiti from Verdant and got quite a lot of abuse for it.
People got upset.
People get it's wild. People get really upset about anything putty related if it's not just I drank it and I loved it.
So I'm reminded of Matt Gurecki, who was he's the guy behind Zapato, and also was Mr. Indie Man for many years. But it's a phrase he says so often. They actually got him a shirt with it on, which is "It's just beer, mate." And I just love that. Like, it's something fun. Yeah. It's meant to bring us all together. Don't get us wrong. I take it quite seriously at times, but drink what you like and be happy with that. I've been known to enjoy a Foster's with a lemonade top in the past. Doesn't mean that I'm a bad person necessarily because
it makes the Foster taste better. So you're good.
Give me your craft beer card, please.
Have you thought about trying it with Pepsi Max Mango? That's a real.
Yes. I have now. So we will see how that goes. If you go to the cliche that if you ever want to know what's wrong with a beer, you ask the guy who brewed it, and they'll quite happily tell you why it's the worst piece of shit they've ever put into a can. James from Wilderness, again, big shout out. I've never met a man who hates his beer.
I think you said that to him on the day as well.
It's because I was there drinking his wonderful, I think it was his Co-Firm cider that was dry, it was fruity, it was sharp, it was sour, but incredibly well balanced, almost like a really full-bodied white wine. And it was amazing going, James, this is incredible. And he goes, oh, I should have just poured it all away. And it's like, fuck you, so James.
Often. And it's like, no, James.
Was it his creek that we had? That was so, it was
It's rhubarb pale.
So I had when he did the talk and the tasting, I had a few of the bit, and it was just like, oh, it's just so lovely. And he was just like, yeah, it's all right. And I was like, no, back yourself, because I'm going to back you.
It's just beer, mate.
It's just beer, mate.
Just bait.
Just need to get stickers with that made on. That's It's just
next
beer,
on my
mate.
cricket. Next coming out my cricket is
There
just
we
beer,
go.
mate.
That's what she's making next. Well, what a lovely evening we've had yet again.
Next time you have you on, we're going to have to do like quick fire questions from me to you about travel stuff. Because I feel like that's going to be the next great thing.
Is the answer sandwich knife?
The answer is always sandwich knife.
If not, I don't want to know.
It's always bread cake.
Tom, if people want to give you questions about northern things, where can they get hold of you?
The Harlequin pub in Kelham Island. I will be there.
The City Arms.
All the City Arms. All the Rook and Gaskell. Really.
You've got to walk in, he'll give you a side glance. He'll be like, what are you doing here? He'll be quite rude
Real Ale
to you.
Corner in Chesterfield as well is where I've been spending a lot of my time. I am the Smoky Bacon on every social media. Give me a shout.
And let's know what you want to hear from Tom next, because I'm sure he's going to be back. I don't think we're rid of him. I don't think I'll ever be rid of you now, Tom.
No,
I don't really want to, because it just makes me laugh every time. So.
I feel like we could have just done our outro with Tom, to be fair.
Yeah, we probably could have. It probably would have saved time, because we probably would have just gone straight for that. Genuinely fantastic. Every time, it just makes me laugh every time. And every time I talk to him, I feel like there's so much more to unpack here that I feel like I could be unpacking. So yeah, hopefully that's not the last time.
Nah, Tom will be back. We can't.
And I get bragging rights for the most British, so that's great.
Yeah, all right. Only after you whinged because you didn't win.
He's like, oh, Joe, I've told you this on several occasions, the answer to this question. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You still had an upper leg. As a person that does not like sports, you had the upper hand.
I'll let you didn't have to let me.
You didn't have to let me because I snatched it. So you didn't have to let me. I snatched it.
Okay, that makes you feel better. That's cool. If people want to talk to you about your win, Tori, where can they get hold of you?
If people want to talk to you about my very legitimate win, because I think as you're hearing this back, you will know that on the first one where he helped guide me to the answer that wasn't the one I originally picked, Joe was like, I can't believe you're doing that. That's not fair. And then proceeded to be like, on several questions, I've told you this answer several times. And Joe's gone, I don't know.
Listen.
Yeah, but she's had the opportunity. So if you want to talk to me about that and how my win was very, very, very legitimate, because I picked 2 countries that were higher up the list than her 2 country picks, you can come talk to me on Instagram at adventures_in_optimism, or you can email me at adventuresinoptimism@gmail.com, or you can follow me online on my website at adventuresinoptimism.com. So yeah, that is me. If you want to talk to both of us and you want to weigh in on both of us, if you want to say we were both done dirty or we both
suggest
had a leg
what
up.
Tom should come on and talk about next.
What should we quiz him about, or
What
what
should we quiz him
us
on?
about?
Yeah.
Because I kind of like that he's done a quiz for both of us.
Yeah.
What should the next topic be? You can reach out to us on Instagram and Facebook at A Woman's Brew. You can email us at awomansbrewpodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us online at awomansbrewpod.beer. That's awomansbrewpod.beer. Joe, if people want to talk to you and they want to say about how, like, yeah, you did have the upper hand on that football question, where can people talk to you?
You can come talk to me about it. I mean, I don't really care because I didn't listen to Tom. I just worked it out in my brain. You can go and talk to me on Instagram. I am Love Beer Learning. I'm also on Facebook, but you are going to find me on Instagram. You can then come to my website, which is lovebeerlearning.co.uk, which has got some lovely beer information in it. It's got nothing about football in it. Probably not got anything about pub names either. Maybe I should add something. Or you can email me, lovebeerlearning@gmail.com.
Got some water to finish. I'm going to bed.
I finished my mild, but cheers.
Cheers.